Am I the butthole for blowing up at my wife after what she did at my workplace? I'm male, 37, started working at my dad's friend's restaurant since 2016. Started off small, but was able to gain my employer's trust, and after seeing how I have been managing the restaurant on days when he wasn't available, he decided to assign me to handle restaurant management. That means overseeing day-to-day operations, handling customers' complaints, providing service, managing shifts, and putting together schedules and so on. I'm not really the manager, but the staff thinks I am. My relationship and interaction with the staff have changed a bit, but it's got nothing to do with my behavior. My wife is my biggest supporter. She was thrilled after I told her I'm directly handling management. But I made it clear I'm not the manager, so I have limited authority. I'm not the ultimate decision maker in this establishment. Still, she went to tell everyone that her husband is now the manager of his workplace. Even posted about it, but I told her to take it down immediately. I was so angry I smoked a cigarette, although I've been trying to quit. Her parents, my in-laws, called demanding to know what the hell their daughter did other than be excited for my new position, and that I was wrong to cause her to cry when all she's ever been is supportive and encouraging. After they insisted I mishandled this argument, I just stopped talking to them. I'm now required to visit soon as possible and bring flowers and apologize to my wife for yelling, but I haven't done anything yet. Not the butthole. I'm sorry to say this, man, but your wife didn't just cross the line, she sprinted across while cackling. You said that you've made it clear that you have management responsibility but not management authority. Even if you did have management authority, that would not entitle your wife and a group of her friends to free food, unless this was detailed in the contract. The firing of the waitress through Facebook is not only wrong, but it's grounds for a lawsuit in most countries. Unfair dismissal springs to mind. In the UK, not to mention most employers wouldn't fire someone through social media. Even if you had management authority, your wife does not, and she had no right, even if the waitress had spit in her face at the restaurant, to act in your name. The requirement to attend your in-laws with flowers and apologies is ludicrous. They are acting on incorrect information and hearsay rather than actual fact and evidence. I'm sorry. You need to slap this down, hard, before any reconciliation can take place, and the apology should be coming to you, not from you. You also need to change your social media passwords and throw the cigarettes away. Having just one never turns out to be just one. They're like Pringles. This is the best answer. Yes. Not to mention what could have happened to the business had the waitress started filling a wrongful dismissal claim. It could have cost the business thousands. Wife needs to apologize to both you and the waitress, or she shouldn't be your wife for much longer. Original poster should tell in-laws that you're waiting for wife to fix it. All she needs to do at the minimum is apologize to the waitress. What she did could still be forgivable, but she needs to admit that she crossed many lines. Cost is the past tense of cost. Nice catch. 100x this. You do not, repeat, do not, owe her an apology for her behavior. Do not support bad behavior by taking on the role of the culprit. I really hope time cools things off and you all can talk about this with cool heads, but to be expected to apologize for her bad behavior is absolutely insane. I wonder if she felt entitled to behave as such because she's been pampered her entire life by your in-laws. While it is understandable that she would be upset by the deserved scolding, I think the in-laws are sending her the wrong message with their support, that her behavior is okay. She sounds the type that would use her husband's rank when she has as much sway in the military as I do, i.e. zilch, because we are both civilians. I'd say give the waitress flowers and ask if she could come to the in-laws to explain how god-awful the wife was. I will always be amazed on how little power some people will trip. Take my poor woman's upvote, sports medal. Hopping on the top comment to say original poster, don't forget to change your Facebook password if you haven't already. Make sure it's something your wife could not guess. Do this for all of your social media and email accounts. Who knows how much more damage she'll do by impersonating you while she's mad. Also, depending on where she has access, switch around the recovery addresses. And tip that server big for having to put up with that crap. Not the butthole. Maybe don't apologize and hopefully she won't come back. Original poster replies, "That's not what my in-laws want. They keep getting involved in every single argument, telling me what I did wrong and demanding I fix it. No matter what I do, I'm always the one at fault in their eyes. Their daughter can do no wrong. Then they can let their daughter live with them and they can take care of her." I doubt she even told them the whole story. I am 100% positive she lied to them. Or, she told the truth and they still support her. Apples, tree, etc. I'm 100% positive they don't care. Some psychopaths are born, but others are made. That would be called a sociopath. I did him a favor. That waitress was rude. She deserved to be fired. You should have heard what she said when I told her I didn't need to pay for the meal. You'd be astonished at how horrible parents can be when it comes to making excuses for their golden child's behavior. And your in-laws are dictating conflicts in your marriage because? Just tell them what you expect and block them. They shouldn't control your response in a marital conflict. Your wife needs to handle it herself. Who gives a F what your in-laws want? Since when do they dictate your life? Your wife stole your identity and used it to fire a waitress after your wife lied about being the manager's wife and tried to steal 5 meals from your employer. If her parents consider that supportive, then simply stop taking their calls. Focus on the job and don't engage with your wife until she apologizes. She thinks you will capitulate because that's what you always do with her. His time don't and see how long it takes her to realize she effed up a good thing. And have your manager ban her from the restaurant with charges to be filed if she steps foot inside again. Tried to steal 5 meals. Stole 5 friends plus her. She stole a 6 top, stole ops identity, wrongfully terminated a waitress that she stole from, and is now demanding flowers? Laughing out loud new. How about a set of bracelets, like handcuffs? I vote original poster send her to jail and serve her divorce papers before she gets out. Who gives a F what they want? You aren't married to them. Dude, walk away. She not only stole from your employer, she pretended to be you and fired a service worker during a pandemic. People here have been laid off for months and are scraping by. She could have ruined this poor waitress's life being an entitled person. And the fact that she has your in-laws involved in every argument is ridiculous. She's clearly mommy and dad's special princess who can't take responsibility for her own actions. I say this as someone who occasionally works professionally with their significant other. We occasionally compete for jobs. We've ended up each other's supervisors on job sites. There's work, there's our relationship, and the two are absolutely separate. What she did is wildly unacceptable. Not the butthole for the vote. Dump the entitled brat for the advice. I take a step further and tell the manager I don't care if you get the police involved. She didn't pay for the meals. She tried to convince a waitress she'd been fired for acting like a professional in a difficult situation. Let the crazy in-laws demand that the police bring their precious daughter flowers for upsetting her. Your wife has a lot of problems. You might want to remind her that she needs to handle her own problems, without her parents refereeing. Why are you even entertaining her parents' opinions? I think you guys need counseling. Sounds like wife is a narcissist and the golden child of narcissist parents. If that's the case, any couples counseling or counseling for the narcissist will almost certainly turn into another way for them to gain narcissistic supply and manipulate original poster. Solo counseling for original poster from someone who specializes in narcissistic abuse could be very helpful though. I would tell my in-laws the things that she did in this situation. Firing someone through FB posing as you is way over the line. Also, I don't know how long you've been married, so you likely already know this, but involving in-laws/parents from either side is a really bad idea/habit to get into. For the sake of your marriage going forward, assuming you want to stay married after this, draw that boundary, and stick to it. This and all conflict is between you and her parents should not be involved, let alone dictate your need to apologize and bring flowers, like WTF? Perhaps you and your wife should seek some marriage counseling to help establish these kind of healthy boundaries. She's way wrong here. She sounds very immature for 33. Not the butthole at all. Good luck and glad you kept your job. Edited to add that Perry 649 below is totally correct. Don't include your in-laws even initially. I'm new to Reddit and wasn't sure how to respond to you Perry 649, so this is my best attempt to do so. Have a great day everyone. You are correct in saying to draw a boundary with the in-laws, but there is no way on earth that original poster should tell the in-laws anything other than, "This is between me and my wife and we will handle it as a couple." That is the boundary that needs to be established. The in-laws have no place interfering in the marriage. Trying to convince them of their daughter's transgressions merely validates that they have a place as mediators in the relationship. How firmly original poster asserts this boundary and how well he handles things with the in-laws won't matter if his wife is actively involving her parents as a means to manipulate and bully original poster. She's probably is a narcissist and the golden child of narcissist parents. If that's the case, this is a situation where your boundary setting is divorce and going no contact. Hopefully there aren't any kids and original poster can manage that financially. If you're always wrong and their daughter is always right, great, she can live with them, you can be on your own, and maybe you can find a partner who isn't an entitled who runs to her mommy and daddy every time someone calls her out. She really needs to grow up, and I really don't think you deserve the crap she's putting you through. Also, consider the fact that even if you were the manager, her behavior would have been 100% inappropriate. She's living in a world that revolves around her and which doesn't seem to be related to the world the rest of us live in. Not the butthole, but for goodness sake, do not apologize, because you did nothing wrong. Hell, show your in-laws this thread, and wish them luck. Managers can still be fired for this. Listen, your in-laws should have no say in your relationship, but as they say when you marry the spouse, you marry their family. Is this what you want your life to be like? Surrounded by incredibly entitled people who will always gang up and make you the bad guy when she has admitted every single awful thing she did? Get out now before kids are involved, because her and her family will try and pass their morals on and gang up whenever you disagree. What do you want? She sounds like a monster. They can keep her then, dude. They're why she's like this. Dude, your in-laws are not your managers, and it seems to me your wife is okay with having them try to intimidate you into apologizing instead of facing the reality of her own mistakes. Honestly, I think you should tell them that you will work out your problems with your wife with her and not them. Yeah, they want you to fix it so that they don't have to deal with her. If your wife was underhanded enough to impersonate you online to fire an employee, it's dollars to donuts that she's told her parents a highly edited or outright fabricated version of events. Not the butthole. If you are going to take her back, I wouldn't, but that's up to you to decide. Don't do so unless she offers an unambiguous, unreserved apology to you and to the waitress she tried to fire. Make sure that she also promises never to set foot in the restaurant again. She made a serious transgression. She threatened your job. It is on her to regain your trust. I don't know why you are affording so much respect to your in-laws. Their opinion means diddly squat when it comes to your marriage. Does your wife run to your in-laws every time you disagree with her? They are not married to her, you are. Talk to your wife or no one about this, don't allow them to play middlemen. Bail. This sounds like hell. I bet she could literally be caught murdering somebody, and they still would want the family of the victim to apologize for pressing charges. Think about every life decision. Do you want kids? Do you want to buy a house? Your wife is going to throw a tantrum every time she doesn't get her way and go cry to her parents. She's acting worse than a toddler is, and she nearly cost you her job. Not the butthole. It's not hard to figure out how she became this way then. You are not wrong. You did not overreact, she did. Divorce her. I do not say this lightly. She will not learn and will cost you your job. You are not married to her alone but to her parents as well, if not more so with how she hides behind them. Not the butthole. Get out before she tries it again. Yeah, but you're not beholden to them. Also, I doubt they actually believe she's always right. They just know that they can bully you into submission. They snap their fingers and you jump. I'm sure they know what a pain their daughter is and don't want her at home mooching off them. It doesn't actually matter what your in-laws want. They are not who you are married to. It is your relationship, and if I were you, I would stop acknowledging the in-laws. As for your wife? She sounds narcissistic, codependent, childish, and willfully ignorant. She can't even discuss how she messed up with you. She has to run off and have her parents talk for her. She sounds disgusting to deal with. Hearing all of this is giving me a physically repulsed reaction. I don't know if she's worth fixing things with, but if you think she is, fixing things starts with her coming to apologize to you. Followed by a long talk about boundaries and respect. Nothing else can fix this. Her parents are helicopter enablers. They spoiled their daughter rotten her whole life, took her side no matter what, and now she's extremely entitled, emotionally underdeveloped, immature, vindictive and egotistical. Something tells me you spend a lot of evenings trying to figure out what you did wrong while she tantrums over something no sane adult would ever get mad over, while her parents scream at you and make everything worse. Leave, dude. You cannot make her what you want her to be. She has to choose to be her best self, and right now, she's choosing to instead be a spoiled brat. The likelihood of her changing with her enabler fan club pushing her is basically zero. If you walk now, you leave with a decent career, financial stability and some sense of sanity. Don't wait until you're so broken that you have almost no will left to live. You can find someone out there who is kind and respectful. Don't waste precious time trying to parent a spoiled adult. You deserve better than that. What she did was so rude. And then to sulk and make it seem like you are the problem. And her parents are backing her for her crafty behavior? You will never win. And it shouldn't even be about winning. But you never will win. And it will only get worse. Do you really want to lose friends and the respect of your peers over this relationship? More reason for the aforementioned divorce. Since when are you obligated to cater to their every whim? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.